Welcome to the Nevis Newscast for Tuesday, November 15th, 2022. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. World Diabetes Day is annually observed on the 14th of September to help raise awareness on the growing burdens of diabetes, as well as strategies that would help to prevent and manage the threat. This year, the Community Health Nursing Services recognized the occasion with a World Diabetes Day Symposium.
The international community commemorates World Diabetes Day on the 14th of November every year to raise awareness of the growing burden of this disease and strategies to prevent and manage the threat. This year's theme is access to diabetes care. It was the theme for last year as well, and it is said it would be the theme for 2023 as well, because we want to continue to highlight the importance of prevention and response to diabetes care.
The event, which was held at the St. Paul's Anglican Church Hall, included a variety of activities. Sessions were held surrounding topics such as the importance of healthy lifestyle habits and diabetes and mental health. The 6 health centers on the island then closed the event with a diabetic cook-off competition. Acknowledging the prevalence of non-communicable diseases in the Federation, Nadine Carty-Keynes, Program Coordinator at the Nevis Health Promotion Unit, encouraged persons to adopt healthy lifestyles in order to help neutralize the threat.
Now, some of these diseases, they are killing our people in large numbers. So the 4 leading causes of death in St. Kitts and Nevis are cardiovascular disease, such as heart disease and stroke, cancer and diabetes and the complications of diabetes. We know that non-communicable diseases such as diabetes and hypertension, they are all linked mostly to our lifestyle choices, how we eat, how we exercise, stress, our environment. Environment meaning if there's smog, smoke, those kind of stuff that affects our lungs, right? So we have to make sure that we're aware of what we're eating. We have to minimize the amount of sugar we consume. We have to be aware of where the sugar is. So even though we encourage persons to eat fruits and vegetables, you have to be careful of the type of fruits you eat and how much of that you eat. Because fruits having sugar, right? Okay.
Carty-Keynes also shared information on the role that the Ministry of Health is playing in the battle against non-communicable diseases.
Now we're trying to implement various programs from different angles. So we have a partnership with ICDF. We have partnerships with other entities. We have business that partners with us to increase knowledge, increase access to education, because education is the key. We can provide all the tools, but if you're not going to take the information and put it to work, we're defeating the purpose. We want to make sure that we are a healthy nation and that our children grow up in a healthy environment, and so we have to protect that. So access to care is not just about you accessing care now, it's about you providing that education to your children, to your family, to your friend, to your community, your church community, about the preventative measures. Eat well, exercise, and be stress-free, and make sure your environment is clean. Thank you.
The St. Kitts and Nevis National Youth Swimming Squad returned to the Federation on Monday, November 14th, 2022, via the Vance W. Amory International Airport after competing in the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States OECS Swimming Championship held in St. Lucia from Friday, November 11th to Saturday, November 13th, 2022. 3 athletes from Nevis, Skylar Connor of the Montessori Academy and Justin Williams and Austin Williams of the St. James's Primary School, represented the Federation in the 30th Annual OECS Championship held in St. Lucia. President of the St. Kitts and Nevis Swimming Federation is Winston Crook.
The athletes stepped up. They did what we asked them to do and did it well, so amazingly well. We went there, we just hoped to be able to represent in a good way, and we did more than that. We exceeded expectations, okay? And for a first venture into the world of competitive swimming, I think it's A+. So thank you, Skylar, Justin, Austin. Thank you so much for the work you put in and for your attitude throughout the whole of the weekend. It's exemplary, and I hope you are leading the charge for future development of the sport and competitive swimming for St. Kitts and Nevis.
One of the coaches who travelled with the squad, James Weeks, spoke about the athletes' achievements at the competition.
The first heat, she was in heat of 8. She was, I think it was 6 or 7. So she did her heat very well, and then we had Austin who came up also. He was in a heat of 5 in his heat. He did second in his heat. Justin also did, he was in a heat of 8 also, and he did, 4? Yeah, he did 4 in his heat. And so, I mean, for the first time going to an event like that, you would expect them to be trying to follow or trying to keep up. But these guys let their voices be heard, let the action show.
The athletes spoke briefly to the welcoming crowd.
It was very great. I can't wait till next year comes so I can do it again.
I enjoyed the experience and I can't wait to go next year and hope to do better.
I want to say thank you to all of those who set it up, my coaches and my parents for all they have done. And I want to say next year I will do better.
The squad was welcomed home and congratulated by their school peers as well as family and well-wishers. Director of the Department of Sports, Jamie Claxton, Coach Ned Lestrade, and parents of the athletes were also present. The Ministry of Education hosted a Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics STEM forum at the Nevis Disaster Management Department on Monday, November 14, 2022. John Williams spoke in detail about the afternoon's activity.
We'll be meeting with the leaders in education to discuss deeply the plans that are in place and to ensure that what is to happen will be the best for us here on the island of Nevis. Throughout the upcoming year, we will be having several activities will be onboarded that will cater to the development of the STEM project here on the island. Some of these activities will be targeting the schools and the students. Other activities will target the general public. And of course, in this regard, we look forward to your support in whatever these initiatives are. Information, of course, will follow little by little as the decisions and plans are finalized.
Williams also went into detail about the STEM program and its objectives.
The process will engage students, teachers, and of course, educational leadership in developing STEM competency, digital literacy being one of those areas. We're looking here at ensuring that our population is well equipped with the skill sets and the knowledge to be able to function in the emerging world that we live in. Of course, professional development sessions will be held with schools to enhance their capacity to teach using STEM-related methods, things like project-based learning, problem-based learning, which result in or takes an approach where students are engaged in doing more than just rote learning.
Still to come, residents invited to consultations on Nevis Geothermal Wells drilling project. The details after this break.
The people of Nevis have long remained connected to the gifts nature has bestowed.
As an ambassador of this majestic island, it is my duty to encourage my people to nurture, preserve, and protect what makes us unique as a people and strong as a country.
This one is dedicated to my lovely little island.
Welcome back. Commercial and backyard farmers are asked to be on the lookout for a leaf hopper pest that has been recently discovered on the island. As explained by Plant Health and Plant Quarantine Officer Quincy Bart, the pest has been seen to significantly affect okra, eggplant, and sorrel plants.
I would just like to notify farmers and backyard farmers that we here at the Department of Agriculture identify a new type of pest that is prevalent in the Malvaceae family. When we're talking about Malvaceae family, we're talking about okra, sorrel, cotton, and also some of the Solanaceae families such as eggplant, sweet pepper. This pest we found to be a leaf hopper. The leaf hopper is a small pest and it's a sucking insect. This sucking insect serves as a vector for a virus that affects these host plants. So the pest looks like it's green, pale green, and it has flying capabilities, and it's very, very prolific. And the signs and symptoms of the pest is that it shocks the plant and transmits a disease, and this disease you can see crinkling of the leaves, yellow lesions of the leaves, and necrotic lesions, and it affects the yield significantly. So once you see that in your okras, your sorrel, eggplants, give us a call and we're able to give you guidance on how to control this pest.
If you notice these signs or symptoms among your plants, contact the Department of Agriculture's Quarantine Division at 469-5521, extension 6525. The Nevis Island Administration and the Nevis Electricity Company Limited, NEVLEC, will host 2 consultations for the Nevis Geothermal Wells drilling project next week. The first meeting is for residents located near the Hamilton Estate site for the drilling campaign for production wells. During the focus group consultation, the drilling phase of the planned geothermal project and the supplemental environmental and social impact assessment will be discussed. It will take place at 6 p.m. on Thursday, November 17th at the St. Paul's Anglican Church Hall. Meantime, members of the general public are invited to the second consultation, which will be hosted by the NIA and NEVLEC on the Nevis Geothermal Wells drilling project. The drilling campaign for production wells, a 66 kilovoltage underground transmission line, and the supplemental environmental and social impact assessment will be discussed. The public consultation event will take place at 6 p.m. on Friday, November 18th at the Nevis Performing Arts Center. And that's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Thank you for viewing.